you turned on Russian TV news today, you might have seen this. The massive 50,000-person rally/concert in Moscow supporting the war in Ukraine. Specifically, it was an event to support the multiple referendums that started today to make the parts of Ukraine under Russian control officially part of Russia. The rally was also in support of the quote-unquote partial mobilization of Russian men into the military as Russia tries to ramp up the war it did not expect to lose. Now, if all you did was watch Russian TV, you'd think lots of Russians supported this war and that lots of Russian men were happy to be drafted for the cause. But if you went to the Finnish-Russian border, you'd see this: lines of cars filled with people leaving Russia to avoid the draft. This man, who described himself to the AP only as Yuri from Moscow, underscored his reason for leaving by saying, "I think no one, a sane person, wants to go to war." This was the line of cars backed up at a border crossing between Russia and Kazakhstan today, one of the handful of countries where a fleeing Russian would not need a visa. Before Putin's announcement of the draft, the average price for a plane ticket from Moscow to Kazakhstan's main airport was about $300. Now the cheapest ticket is more than $8,000. People are leaving in droves, and those who aren't are very quickly facing a tough reality. Forgive the weird shark-like watermark on this video. It is the symbol of a Russian news outlet. The young man here, his name is Dmitry. He's a student. In this video, he's telling a reporter how he got his draft notice that morning. It told him to come to the military office at 3 p.m. He didn't think he qualified for the draft because he's a student, so he thought he'd just clear that mistake up and be on his way. But once he got to the military office, Dmitry was told he would be leaving for training immediately with no notice. At the time of that interview, Dmitry had called his mother in the hopes of saying goodbye, but she was stuck at work. It all happened so fast, he wasn't sure if he would get to see her. This bizarre dance routine in military uniform was part of another pro-Russia rally today. It was held in Crimea, the part of Ukraine that Russia already annexed via staged referendum back in 2014. This rally was also in support of the referenda being held today in the 4 other Ukrainian regions that Russia has captured in this war. And again, if you watched Russian TV today, you would see plenty of footage portraying residents of these regions happily voting to become a part of Russia. Meanwhile, we are already getting reports that armed Russian soldiers are collecting votes door to door. One resident told the BBC that you have to answer verbally, and the soldier marks the answer on the sheet and keeps it. I'm not sure that would be considered free and fair. It is not news that there is a massive gap between Russian media and Russian reality. But I want to know, as we all do, what does the average Russian citizen actually think is happening right now?